What's up, everybody? What's going on? What we got here? Jonathan, salute. What's up? Stop motion. Trill was popping. Had to hop off Blue Blood Live to mess with my dude. That's what I'm talking about right there. That. That is what I'm talking about right there. Trill, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Rodriguez Jackson, what's up? Rodriguez Jackson. Are you Hispanic? Are you black? You both? One or the other? I grew up from New York City, as you guys know, and like there's a lot of mixed, like half Chinese, half black. So I would grow up with kids like that, like Jamal Hernandez. And I'm like, are you black? Or which one? So I'm curious, which one are you? Um, Dope name though. I wish my name was Rodriguez. I got a boring ass name. Hopped off Southpaw. You isn't he like? I can't believe people watch him. He's very negative. Black. Is your real name Rodriguez, or that's just like a nickname? Yeah, I don't get how people watch him. I just saw Devin Haney talk about Southpaw. Like, I guess when you're when you do so much to stir up stuff, people eventually it works. Like, look at Rolly. Rolly's mostly what Rolly says is negative. It's not at the level of that dude, the Southpaw dude, but I guess it works. That's dope. I know a dude named Sanchez McGee, black dude, but I think Sanchez is a quarter Puerto Rican. Like there's a Hispanic influence. That's why they named him Sanchez. So that's dope. That is dope. How we doing tonight? How we doing? Yeah, man. Keith Thurman has canceled. I talked with his trainer today. So Fandura's in place. He speak on the truth about Inoue Canelo Bill Haney. Well, the truth is subjective, right? Isn't he pretty hateful, that dude? I also have two sons with the same name. Rodriguez the second and the third. Keeping that name alive. That's dope. You're like George Foreman? It's like Rodriguez 1 and Rodriguez 2. George Foreman, they go by like George 1, George 2, George 7. Crazy. And Georgina. The daughters are Georgina, Georgette, Georgela, whatever. Wild. My man SM in the place. SM, where you from, my man? Where you from? Guys, also please hit the like button. And of course, any super chats. Instantly, if you leave a super chat, you get wrenched up. Pause. Because that sounds like some freaky shit, but you know what I'm saying. It's not. It's not. But yeah, SM, where you from? What part of the world or the country you coming in from? Most of my viewers are American, but we got a couple Brits here or there, Australians or whatever. Gilbert, what's poppin', Gilbert? What's poppin'? The name is with a K. My name, Marco. Common mistake. Common mistake. Not trying to make you feel any way about it, but it's with a K. Think of it this way. When I boxed, and you see my videos, my trunk said MAR in lowercase and KO in capital. So it's like Marco, Marco. But my name is also really spelled with a KO, not with a C. C is either Italians or Hispanic, and I'm neither. So that's why my name is spelled with a K, because I am Eastern European at this piece. I'm from a place called Coverty. British. Booyaka. Dope. Where's Coventry? What's that close to? Carbon. What's up? Do you think 135 will end up in an undisputed match with Tank and Shakur? That's a tough one because both of those guys are proving to be the most difficult to negotiate, make fights with. You know what I'm saying? Both they're, I don't know, but those are the two best in the division. Do I think? I don't know. Do I want? Yes. I think Gary Russell Sr. outdid both 8 sons. Yeah, that's a lot of Garys. For real. My bad. Nope, nah, no, don't worry about it. It's a common mistake. Common. Some people call me Mark. Like, I'm on the Boxing Voice a lot. He calls me Marcos all the time. Now he's Dominican, right? So a lot of Hispanic dudes will call me Marcos because in their culture or whatever, they grow up around a lot of Marcoses. So happens. I'm never called Mark though, which I'm happy about because Mark to me is like a corny, like white dude, a corny cracker name. I don't like Mark. So I'm glad nobody called me Mark, but Marco, I'm good with. Shakur has to have a spectacular outing to get the Tank fight. Does he? I mean, if he just keeps winning, right? Coventry is 30 minutes away from Birmingham and 2 hours away from London. Okay. So you have that London accent? I love what your London boy did. Your London dude, my man, AJ. Save boxing. Not literally, but definitely repaired the eye jammy that Tyson Fury, another British dude, gave us. So happy that he put Ngannou out the way he did. I've never been rooting so hard for somebody to win, and for AJ too. I don't have nothing against AJ. I just never I'm indifferent. You know what I mean? We back, Mamoon, the 15-year-old assassin. You were my youngest viewer by far. Now look at your profile picture and it makes sense. You look like you're 15 in the profile picture. I thought maybe it was your son or something. I didn't realize you were so young, but it's all good, man. You're starting young. I started boxing at 13. See? So you start now. You listen to people like me and all the other smart boxing purists in this chats. You'll learn a lot. Carbon Rifle. It's a scary name. Who do you think is the most talented out of the four horsemen? Defensively, Shakur. Overall, I have to say Tank. But Devin, let's see what he does. But Devin might be there. But I have to still go with Tank, even though Tank has left me nasty messages on my IG, said mean things. I still got to go with Tank because I try and be as unbiased as possible. I might not like somebody's personality, but we're talking about the ring, right? In the ring, Tank. Why do you think will happen in the Mike Tyson Jake Paul? I don't know, man. I know what I hope happens. I hope Jake Paul is sleeping, like little pillow, like he shot like some NyQuil right before it. I hope he's just asleep. What I think will happen, the rules of that fight, I don't know if you guys know this, say that the fight, there's a bunch of rules, right? 14-ounce gloves, no headgear. I think it's 6 2-minute rounds, but the last rule is something of note. They can only, there's a referee, and the referee is going to keep the fight within, here it goes, quote, competitive exhibition standards. So there's a chance that they might not even go hard at each other. And if they do, the ref stops it. So it's impossible to predict what will happen. Jake could outbox. I don't think Jake will knock Mike out because Mike's chin is so good, even though he's older. Jake could outbox Mike. Maybe he could hit Mike a lot and the ref could stop it. Or Tyson can knock Jake out, or Tyson can just keep chasing Jake and just catch him, and then Jake just runs and loses his decision. Or they could just not go hard at all. Anything could happen. The one thing I don't think will happen is Mike getting knocked out or knocked out. Stopped, maybe if he gets hit a lot, but I don't see Mike getting wobbled or actually hurt or knocked out. That's the only prediction I can give. We're in the middle of the country, so we have a mix of all accents. Yeah, British accents are dope. Why would Tank be mad at me? Tank left a comment on a video I put up. Funny enough, it was a video of him. It was complimenting him, a show talking about hand skills, fast hands in boxing, and he was one of the people in the video. And he left a nasty comment, right? Called me like ugly or whatever he said. But rat face. He said I look like he said, "Shut up, you rat-looking MF." But then when I talked to some people who know him, when I got dug deeper to people who know him, he didn't like the fact that I put up a couple videos of him getting touched up in sparring by Kevin Johnson and another one by Elijah Pierce. So I think he didn't like those videos. So he went and commented, but it was weird. He should go and comment on those specifically. But maybe he didn't want to look like I don't know, but that's why he left a comment. Because I compliment, even in the videos where he's getting touched up. I'm not like, you guys know me. I'm not leaning one way. I'm not like, oh, Tank's getting his ass whooped. Ooh, I'm just like, hey, Tank's getting touched a little here, but these are clearly just 30-second clips. We don't know what really happened. There's a possibility Tank beat the guy the whole fight, and he's just putting out the clips where he looked good against Tank. I say all this, so it doesn't make sense that he would get mad at any of the videos I put up. But that's why. Canelo versus Munguia. Canelo stops him. Not even competitive. I see Mike tiring out pretty early and Jake just outworking Mike. That's possible too. But I don't know about tiring out, man. He's been doing it a long time. You know what I mean? Some random kid beat my ass in the ring, and now I'm mad. Oh, you actually get in the ring, Trash? Okay. Old school. I like it. Somebody in my age range. I know you believe Tank beats Shakur, and that's your opinion. I'm not so sure. Before I read the rest of that, if I had to choose, I would lean towards Tank now, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. 60-40 maybe. Shakur and Devin beats Tank, but not like other fans. I want to see those fights. Shakur and Devin beats it, but they might. Devin, especially, I mean, he's looking better and better, especially at 140. What's up, Jose? Yeah, I take boxing seriously. Have you had any fights? And just briefly, what's your like? First of all, how old are you? Second of all, how many you just spar? You had fights? How long you been boxing? Teach, my man, what's poppin'? Teach. Edward Torres, what's up? Shawtown in the building. Guys, please hit the like button. Por favor. It helps the show pump out in the algorithm so people can see it. What's up, Jeff? Queens in the house. My father was from Queens. I spent a lot of time in Flushing and Astoria. I know Queens and Jackson Heights. I know Queens. Know it well. It's like a second home. That's like my second borough. I grew up in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan, but Queens is like my second borough. Word up. What's up, Mr. Glue Baby? What's up, Seth? Again, like, subscribe. Yeah, like, subscribe, and share, please, right now. You know, when you go into somebody's house, you hit the doorbell. There's no doorbell, but the like button, that's the doorbell. And then, of course, you come in. I sit you down. I give you a drink. You sit on the couch. I give you a little snuggie, whatever you need. But ring the doorbell first. Marco, the only way to know is if they fight. Exactly. But is that going to happen? I'm from Woodside. Woodside? I forget where Woodside is. Woodside is that the 60s? 70s? No, Jackson Heights is 70s. I forget where Woodside is. Remind me. I forget where Woodside is. I think Woodside's in like the 50s or 60s. Or am I way off? Whatever. Yeah, so I'm excited to see Fundora now though fight Zoo. I actually think, by the way, did you guys see my video that I dropped today of Costa Zoo? I did a short. Did you see it? If you saw it, please say yes. Yes in the chat. 49th Street. Yep, there we go. 50s, 50s, 60s. I was right. Yep, the 60th. There we go. Good. My memory's not failing me. And then right after Woodside begins Jackson Heights. J Heights. I'm excited to see Zoo fight Fundora now. I actually think cool, good. I hope you liked it. I actually think Fundora is going to win that fight. I do. I think Fundora is going to win that fight. I'm not saying he's going to whoop him bad, but knock him out. I don't know how, but I have a feeling Fundora, and if he doesn't win, he's going to do way better because a lot of people think Zoo's going to knock him out. Like it's not even a contest. Dude is 6'7" and can punch. Just saying. And fights on the inside, which is not smart, I guess, if you're that tall, but still. Devin is strategic. Tank cherry picks, and Shakur invites all comers. I think Devin invites all comers. Tank and Shakur have been the ones who have been tailoring their careers a little more, not out of fear, just out of business. It's a business, man. Fundora's a hype job. We'll see. We might be right. We shall see. Do you agree Tank can only beat Devin? And do you agree that Tank can only beat Devin and Tank if he knocks them out? That Tank can only beat Devin and Tank? You mean Shakur? No. Tank could win decisions. Granted, he's had fights where he was losing on all the cards. He's had a few of those. That's why people think that. But I could clearly see Tank chasing somebody down, landing pot shots, doing work and winning. He's more likely to lose on a decision and more likely to win on a knockout. Yes, but Tank has that skill to outbox somebody. Devin and Shakur. Yep, I figured. Fundora KO loss to Mendoza definitely made me question his chin and durability. Yeah, I know he was winning every round of that fight, though. I don't like how he didn't get up. I couldn't tell if he just didn't want to get up or physically couldn't. It was hard to tell. You see how it was Zepeda, I think you mean, right? Yeah, Zepeda called out Shakur. Then his team said they prefer to go the IBF winner. And I didn't see that. So he called Shakur out, then retracted. Monson versus Hagler. Ooh, Hagler. I got Hagler beating any middleweight in history except Roy. But Roy is more of a 168. I know he was a middleweight champion, but he was a 68 pounder really in 75. Devin beats Tank, possibly. Fundora needs to use his range more. Yeah, that's a fact. A fact. If he could do that, teach. What up? I think Fundora wins too, but a little worried about him going in there after a KO loss. Yeah, but you got to get back on the horse, right? Did you watch Canelo Alvarez and Jamie Munguia? No, I didn't. Was it? I can't imagine it was too exciting, right? Was it boring? I'm with you, Marco Dritch. What's up? I think Fundora does a lot better. Yep. People think he's going to get just knocked out cold. I'm not so sure on Zoo yet. I'm not saying he's not going to be upper echelon, but he hasn't. We don't know yet. We just know he's a hard puncher and he's a pressure fighter. That's all we know. I've not watched overtime boxing cards. I don't think. Depending on who's on you have to tell me who was on those cards, and I could tell you. Honestly, I feel like Shakur fights all comers as well. I think the only thing people say is that 25% is debatable. Maybe. Fundora is a lost cause at range. I don't think he'll ever be able to fight from range. You might be right. It looks like he's succumbed to fighting at that distance. You might be right with that. What's up, Bruce? You here to go for the title? I think that's all. I think stop motion came in earlier. I think Trash is here. Rolly press conference always the best, but it's time he can't talk or say anything because Pitbull, like a rock, doesn't speak back. I know. He's like, oh, I got a chihuahua, and Pitbull's like, he's like, that was my Pitbull impression. I understand he has length, pause, but he's terrible at it. His bread and butter is inside. I know. Weird, right? But he hits hard. He gets a lot of leverage, and he's so tall. He just like digs down and boom. He hits hard. Fundora hits mad hard. Let's not forget that, right? Think about people can prepare for a Zeus style, but you can't really prepare for a 6'7" giant who can box, who's also a southpaw. I see Fundora jab from range is slow. Yeah. He's tough, though. Rolly trying to sell the fight. Pitbull ain't helping. I know. Well, Rolly's selling the whole fight. Yesterday, you said that John Sullivan was the first fighter to get $1 million purse. No. I said who was the first fighter to make $1 million? Over $1 million. So I didn't mean $1 million purse. I meant $1 million for their career. Maybe that wasn't clear. Sorry, I cannot buy the card. It should be on the Zone or ESPN. Which card? You don't want to buy old school. Talking about Zoo and Fundora. You don't want to buy that one. You're right. It probably should be free. It was pushing it even with Thurman, you know. So what's the word on Tank for Shakur? No word. Nothing's happening. Unless you guys know something I don't know. How was Roy Jones in person? Roy's mad cool, man. Roy's mad cool. Cool dude. I'm taller than him by 1 inch, which made me feel good. And we fought the same weight. He would have killed me, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying. He's cool. PBC. Yep. I find it crazy that he made $1 million. That's wild. Yeah. Well, he was also the last bare knuckle champion and the first glove champion. He was the first, and he was also the first. You know what? I'm not going to say it. It might be a part of a trivia question. Your title, though. What title? The title here? What you mean? Who are you talking to? What's going on? You have a good chance on Roy. Nah. I'm arrogant, but I'm not crazy. Roy in his prime? No. I would have given him a little work in my prime. It would have been like fun, but no, he could have. Nah. Because he had also so much more experience than me. You know what I mean? 100 amateur fights, whatever it is, and world champion. Nah. I think Shakur will be forced to fight Morala or Andy Cruz. Boring, right? Your title is Shakur versus Tank. What you mean? My title is Shakur vs. Tank. You're confusing me, Teach. What you talking about? What you talking about, Teach? You a teacher, by the way? Or you just school people? That's why you teach. Um, yeah. So is there any fights this weekend? I feel like, what do we got this weekend? Can one of you guys tell me? I feel like we got something this weekend. Next week is this Fundora fight. In April, of course, we got the Haney fight. Um, we got some others coming. I can't remember. Zepeda. What about Zepeda? Why'd you just randomly say Zepeda? I'm very confused. Zepeda. I have 2 heavy bags. Those are filled with sand, and I got a third one filled with water. It's so much better. Yep, I said that. Jose Zepeda. Oh, thought you meant William Zepeda. What about Jose Zepeda? He's fighting this weekend? Okay. Thank you. Gotcha. Zepeda versus Smith. Okay. Is Shakur Stevenson fighter's hometown? Is Shakur Stevenson fighting in his hometown, you mean? Yeah, he's fighting in the Prudential Center, which is right close to me. And those tickets are reasonably priced, so I go to those fights. I could probably go in under media now. Probably. But yeah, I don't know who he's fighting though. But they have him fighting somebody. They have him set to fight at the Prudential Center. Fundora versus Tim. I'm only watching that card for Rolly versus Pitbull. Fundora versus Tim will be fun, man. Fundora's a toe-to-toe banger. Tim's a banger. That'll be a fun fight. Both have knockout power. No, that'll be fun. It'll probably be more competitive than Pitbull versus Rolly. I think Pitbull's gonna, and then Pitbull will be champion if he beats Rolly, because Rolly got a belt, which is insanity, but he got a belt after beating Barroso. That's why it's insanity, because he didn't deserve to beat Barroso. Obviously, everybody knows that. And then Barroso fought that guy Davies, right? British dude, beat him. So now Barroso's up for a shot too. What time is? I don't know. Fights are always the same. Mamoon, they start around 9, like the undercards, and then the main card usually goes around 11 or 12. You got Tim winning. I'm not shocked if Tim wins, but I think Fundora is going to win. Trust Lee, that's a cool name. Tank and Shakur happening for real. Where'd you hear that? I have not heard that. Louis Carbono, what's up? They did Barroso dirty. Yeah, they did. That was the worst. That stoppage might, in a different way, might have been worse than Chavez and Melcher Taylor. I've never seen somebody get stopped as they're the ones throwing punches. Never. What do you think of Canelo? And by the way, guys, please hit the like button, everybody, and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. What do you think of Canelo saying he'll fight Benavidez for 200? He didn't say that. Did he say that? Did he really say that? I just saw him tweet something saying, what do I have? I never got an offer. This shows that he doesn't want to fight him. I never got it, and it shows why. Like the talk now and the debate is over and why Canelo won't fight Benavidez. I never got an offer. Who is he to make an offer? And the offer that they say that they sent, I could have got that fighting anybody. So what do I get benefit from fighting Benavidez except him being 25 pounds heavier on the night of the fight? Boom. He's worried about the weight gain, the rehydration. And I don't blame him. But at the same time, it's part of the rules. If he makes 168, he makes 168. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just don't belong in that division. 25 pounds is a lot, though, if that's how much Benavidez puts on. Nobody's confirmed he puts on 25. I want to go Devin versus Ryan, but that's crazy expensive. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Blue Blood stated that the fight with Tank versus Shakur is possible after their next. Right. Well, yeah, but that's far from the fight being signed or even in the horizon, because it's possible, 1. 2, it's dependent on those 2 guys winning. A lot of what ifs, a lot of things that could mar and destroy that fight. Would you be mad if Canelo don't fight? Yes, I'd be upset. That would be a tremendous disservice to the fans, to the fighters' legacies, and to boxing as a whole, and to Benavidez more than anything. Congrats on passing 10K. Thank you, Louis. Louis Carbano. Louis Carbano. Where you from, Louis? You from Jersey? Long Island? Where you from? Probably Jersey. I love that name. Louis Carbano. Yeah, thanks, man. 10,000. All within the past under a year. Under a year. Yep. Teach. Canelo knows. Remember, silly man, as Drew calls him, told everyone what happened, what Haney rehydrated to. Canelo, Drew. Oh, so Jose Suleiman tells people what Benavidez rehydrates to? Is that what you're saying? I feel like Canelo could beat David. He could, but I don't think he will. Do you guys see? I just called it. Louis Carbano's from Jersey. I knew it. Let me guess. Cherry Hill, Weehawken, something like that. Nah, I don't know where you're from, but see, that's a Jersey name right there. That's dope. I love Jersey. How long you think Canelo gonna stay in the game? He might stay too long. He might stay too long. He's already 30. What is he now? 33? He might go to like 38, 39. Like it up, guys. Yes, hit the like button, please. If a fighter gets knocked out with a hit to the back of the head, can it affect their chin a lot? Yes. Back to the head takes the most, discombobulates you the worst, and lasts long. Lasts very long. Absolutely. Yes. That's why it's illegal. One of the reasons. Yes, I'm saying Suleiman told Canelo, Justin. Oh, you're assuming. Yeah, well, we don't deal with assumptions here. We deal with facts, bruh. Nah, but yeah, I mean, possibly. May is looking crazy. Canelo Munguia. That's boring. That fight should not be happening. No offense to you, SM. I know you didn't create the fight. You didn't match it, but that's not exciting for me. Inoue, never. Neri, yes. Loma Cambosis, not that excited to see. Fury Usyk, unbelievably excited. Navarrete, Bernicic, not really. So really, Inoue and Fury, I'm excited for. The other two, I'm gonna watch. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not like amped up. Atlantic City. Okay, there we go. I was just at the Showboat and did some ring interviews for celebrity boxing at the Showboat in Atlantic City. Showboat Hotel. 40, the new 30. Yep, that's absolutely true. But honestly, I'm 47, so I'm even too old. Do you think Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez fight will ever happen? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Unless Canelo loses, then he has to fight Benavidez for his own whatever. Otherwise, doesn't look like it. How do rehydration clauses work? You sign a contract that says the night of the fight you cannot weigh a certain amount. So it says two weights. The official weigh-in is one weight, and then the next night they weigh you again of the fight within like 2 or 3 hours of the fight or something like that, and you cannot weigh more than whatever next amount that is agreed upon contractually. So usually it's like 154 is the weight you got to weigh, so that's in the contract. And then the next day when they weigh you right before you fight or a few hours before, you can't weigh more than whatever it's usually around 10 pounds more, 8 to 10 pounds more usually. So you won't be able to go over 162 or 164. Yeah, we already know Canelo is beating Munguia. Yep, easily. Weight bullying is kind of weird. I mean, it's boxing's fault for having a day before weigh-in like that. It should be right before the fight. It would save so many brain injuries and excuses. It's so goofy, so goofy. So Vaughn was popping. Yeah, it's so goofy. There's a few rules in boxing that should change. A few. There should not be 3 judges. There should be way more, and they should have, because the most accurate numbers, the most accurate determinations of something, the most accurate opinions come from in masses, come from a large sample size. Large sample size will give you the most accurate opinion on something. So 3 judges is such a small sample size, and so I think they should have a judging association that all these judges take exams or whatever tests, so they're verified, so we know they know boxing. and then they can judge and they can vote even virtually. And you get like 100 judges, for each fight or whatever it is. Then you determine way more accurately who really won. That's one thing I think they should do. And that could be done. Maybe Saudi could start doing that. Bivol Beterbiev is a dope fight. Agreed. I fought at 168 as a pro, super middle. I could have made 60, but I didn't because rehydration. I was already thin, and for me to drop 5 pounds or whatever it was, 6 pounds was just made me feel weak. And as an amateur, I fought 165, which is middleweight. What do you think about Patrick Day dying? I knew Patrick Day. I knew him. I met him. I think I only met him once, but we had mutual friends, and I met him before. Sad, and that could have been from rehydration. I don't really know what his deal was in terms of how much he had to cut, but odds are it has something to do with it. For those of you who don't know, when you get a blood clot in your brain when your brain bashes against your skull, right? You get hit, and that makes your brain slam into your skull. What cushions the brain from doing that in everyday life is fluids, certain fluids, and those fluids are made of 99% water. So when you're depleted of water and your body's dehydrated, you're also lacking enough fluids so your brain can way more easily smash into your skull, and that's how all these permanent brain injuries occur and blood clots. Actually, I think the opposite, Mark. I remember a ref saying it takes time for the liquid in your skull to come back, and it's supposed to be after rehydrating yourself. This tells me a boxer. You think opposite? I don't get what you mean by that. Yeah, so you shouldn't be losing so much weight. And if I'm saying so you're saying that you think if we did the day of, people would lose all that weight the day of. No, I don't. You're right. That's possible, but it's so much harder to lose that much weight the day of that they wouldn't be losing as much. That's the theory. That's a theory. But you're right. But that's the theory. It'd be way harder, and people would do it less. If you sign a contract in boxing, you cannot back out, right? You can. You can get sued. There's penalties, whatever. More time to rehydrate, right? But don't teach. The point is don't dehydrate to begin with. Maybe even do that's why the day of or only a few hours before the fight, that's when you should weigh in. The only problem with that is if weights are missed and fights need to be canceled, it's giving it too little time. So, but they could fix that. They could have somebody on standby or whatever. They should do the weigh-ins right before the fight in the locker room. Weigh in, boom, boom. And if you don't make weight, then you could I don't know what they would do. That'd be the problem. If you don't make weight, it's hard to get a replacement within an hour of the fight or right before the fight. What is the better trilogy, Gotti Ward, Ali Frazier? Ali Frazier. I was not big on the Gotti Ward trilogy. It was rock'em sock'em, but it wasn't the highest level of boxing. You said wait in same night. Huh? I don't get it. Oh, you get what I'm saying now. Okay. Yeah. Just whatever we can do where it promotes it pushes them to not try and lose a lot of weight, where it inhibits them from losing a lot of weight. And they just come in and they just go into your natural weight. That fixes all of this. There's no weight bullying talks. There's no issues. Nobody beats Tank in this era. You might be right, Stop. I'm on board with you in that one. But do you think the G-Man being weight drained? Probably. He was Gerald McClellan's like 6'1". So for him to make 160 pounds or 168, whichever he was, that's not easy. So he probably was weight drained. Probably, yeah. But he was hitting the back of the head, so they're not sure if that was it, or it could be a mix of both. You ever thought of coaching? I've thought of it. I've done it a little, but nah. Unless I don't want to have to work my way up. So if I found a pro who's a contender and we have a good chemistry and we click, I would consider it. Consider it. Not saying I would do it. How do you see Devin Haney beating Ryan Garcia the fight? I see Haney just boxing his socks off. Just boxing him, keep boxing, moving, winning some exchanges, but then also then getting out of harm's way. Completely not what's the word? When you stop something. Completely neutralizing Ryan's left hook, I see that. I personally think this fight with Julian Jackson played a big part. Maybe his fight, yeah, possibly. But Julian, he beat Julian, so how would it play a big part? G-Man beat Julian. Every sanctioning body should be like the IBF and make it so no one can rehydrate over it. Oh, word? They do that? Yeah, that's another one. If that's another way. If you want to completely, but even 8 pounds, losing 8 pounds of water is a lot. They should just, you should have to weigh the same amount the day of. But then you get with too many problems with if that's missed, what happens? I'm a better coach than a fighter. Yeah. Well, so you mean fighters should fight closer to the walk around? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, what not walk around. No. Because some fighters walk around way heavier than they should fight at whatever weight they are when they're in shape. These guys take that and go way lower. Go 10 to 20 pounds to 25 pounds lower than that. Not what you walk around at, what you are when you have no fat left, when you're in good shape. Hey Marco, what fighters give you the vibes of being a cheat in PEDs? Oh, I don't know, man. Belfort? I don't know. A lot of the guy, I guess, I don't know. I know some of the old guys like Galata was on PDs, Tommy Morrison, where you see all the pimples on their back. It's kind of obvious. I think Devin can drop Ryan. I don't I don't know. Possibly, but that's not what he's really known for. He took some big shots in that fight, was blinking a lot after. McClellan? It usually doesn't, if you're talking about McClellan versus Julian, usually it's the night, like when a brain clot starts, if you're talking about the night where he got the brain bleed, or you're saying the Julian Jackson fight. If you're saying Julian, no, because it doesn't, the very within moments of getting the brain bleed, it starts. It doesn't wait and kick in 3 months later. But I'm not sure what you meant. Ryan needs to hire me as a coach. If you say so. Definitely you could help him with his boxing trivia. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna get a drink. Leave a couple comments. All right, I'm back. Mouth gets mad dry, yapping away with you guys. Okay. So you mean fighters? Yep, we said that one already. Hey Marco, what gives you the vibes? Okay, we did that one. Devin can drop Ryan. We did that one. He took some big shots in that fight and was blink. Okay, we did that one. Okay, that's where we left off. Ryan is going to get cooked. I think so. I agree with that. Ryan make me mad with all that puss ass simping he does. Simping. That's like a young kid thing. Simp, like simpleton. Like what? What simp mean? Like bitching and moaning? You a cat guy, Marco? No. Unfortunately, my wife is, but not me. No. I would like to have no pets or a dog. But that's just me. No pets or like a dog, and maybe even a little dog. I always wanted a big dog, but now I think a little dog would be just walking. Walking dogs is pain in the ass, especially in the city here. Um, we're gonna do the championships somewhat early-ish tonight. So hope everybody's in here. I haven't heard from Gas since. I know Trash is here. Stop. I haven't heard from. And Stop won yesterday, correct? Yes, pretty sure Stop won yesterday. So we shall see what's popping. He is too desperate for girls, and it's kind of pathetic. You think so? I think he gets girls easy. I mean, I don't know. I'm not around them. Ryan did not look good in the sparring footage. He looked good. He's just his overhand right. If you guys look, for some reason, he goes up and down and chops it, but slaps with it, and doesn't. He doesn't land those knuckles. He has not developed his right hand. He loops it, and he doesn't get his leverage and power behind it. It's so strange for somebody who has one of the best left hooks I've ever seen. Literally the fastest left hook I've ever seen. One of them, if not the fastest, definitely right there with Roy. And Roy's probably faster, but his right hand is so underdeveloped. It's weird, and I think he's a natural right-hander. So his left hand is so much. His jab is fast too. I don't get it. Friday, you got to stream for longer. Okay. Who was your hardest fight in your who me? I mean, you wouldn't know any of the people I fought. So, and I didn't have I only had a handful of pro and amateur fights, not that many combined. Mine was mostly sparring. Remember, I told you guys I would be off and on with fights. I'd have a fight, then I'd take off, not fight for a year or two, spar in between that. But even that, take off from sparring, not go to the gym at all for like 6 months to a year at a time, go back forth. So, do you think Ryan Garcia he might get knocked out in the fight or not? I don't think he'll be knocked out. If I had to bet, I would say no. It's possible because this is boxing, but I don't think so. No. How come your fights don't show up on BoxRec? That's a great question. And I have video footage of my fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, from what I understand, I hit up BoxRec and they go, well, we get all of our records from the state athletic commission from whatever state you fought. So they go, you got to hit them up. So I actually messaged New York State Athletic Commission and I told them, I'm like, yo, I want to get my record on BoxRec, blah blah blah. Can you guys hit them up and let them know that I had these fights? And they never got back to me. So I tried. That's all I could do was hit up the state athletic. For anybody, BoxRec only goes by state athletic commission. So whatever state you fought in, that state athletic commission has to do a correction and send to BoxRec, um, whatever the correction is. Ryan would be so much better if he was southpaw. Not really. You use your left hand more as a fighter because you jab too. That's why they call it like my left bicep is actually bigger than my right. And I'm a right-hander, my right's stronger, but I use my left so much more because when you throw in the jabbing is probably 50% of the punches you throw. Hey, Marco, you think maybe the reason for Fundora is he's getting this opportunity at the unification bout because maybe PBC couldn't get Samson, the Canelo. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible. I don't really, you guys know me by now. I don't really get involved with, care to, or follow the kind of soap opera of outside of the ring. I like talking about the boxing. I like talking about the technical part, past fights, current fights. And, I'll talk about some current news for sometimes, but the stuff that we don't know anything about and we're just guessing, I don't want to talk on something where I have not been there and read the contracts, heard the dudes talking. If I heard the negotiations and I was there or read the papers, then I could talk about it. But I don't, so I don't. I only had three pro fights. No, two pro fights technically. I had three, but one was a smoker, or two were smokers. I only had one pro fight technically, and I lost that fight. Believe it or not. The one that's on the pro fight that was official, not a smoker. Smoker just means it's not on the books. I lost the one that's official. I knocked the guy down too, but I took the fight 2 weeks notice. I got so tired. He won on points. My favorite style of box. What's your favorite type of style boxer to fight? I like the Mexican style. That was the best for me because I was a mover. I could throw quick shots and step away, and they didn't do much head movement. They just come up with the earmuffs up, and they would just be like, they'd just be usually easy to hit. But some of the Mexican style fighters, or I lived in Arizona for 2.5 years when I was in college on the boxing team out there, and I sparred a lot of like Mexican fighters. With Mexican, a lot of them were gangbangers. Gangbangers are mad cool. People say in Mexico it's different than New York. New York, trouble just finds you. In Mexico or in on the West Coast in Arizona, as long as you're cool with them, they're cool with you. And maybe I got respect because I was a fighter and all that, and that could be a part of it. But they were mad cool. If you f with them, well, they'll kill you. But they'll mess you up. But anyway, the come forward style was the favorite, easiest for me to go at. Do you know what's going on with Michael Hunter? I feel like yeah, I know. I don't know. He fought recently and then he hasn't fought since. He could fight the kid too. He only has one loss. I forgot who beat him. Was it Usyk? Was watching this Kevin Rooney documentary. Yep, I saw it. Yeah, that was my trainer. Yep, I saw that. That was my trainer. I lived in Kevin's house for 2 years. He trained me, a whole stable of fighters. Just like when Tyson grew up living in Cuss's house, Kevin did the same thing. He had all these stable fighters living in his house. He had this big house, all these bedrooms. Yep, Kevin. How was your day, bro? Good, man. How was yours? I was snooping around BoxRec and I saw that Francis Ngannou was suspended by the Mohegan tribe. Why? I see, Marco. Well said, thanks. To which one did you ask? I forgot which one you asked. I got to scroll up. Louis Carbano. All right, too quick. I'm gonna get buried. I forgot what I responded to you about, but I want to learn the Philly shell. I wouldn't suggest the Philly shell. Oh, you asked. Hey, Marco, maybe the reason Fundora. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, saying that I don't get involved in that stuff. Do you still talk to Kevin? Kevin, unfortunately, suffers from advanced dementia really badly. So he's, for all intents and purposes, gone. Like he can't talk. He just sad. So no, I don't. But we're gonna do these championships in about 5 minutes, peoples. Do you think sparring is that important? Yeah, but sparring too much can also ruin you, and sparring uh, better competition too quickly can also kill your confidence and ruin you. But you have to spar. Light sparring, people talk bad about it, but light sparring really helps. It really helps. You could light spar every day, just where you tap in or maybe going more to the body, but it helps because it's so different. You could you need balls. You don't need balls to hit a bag. You need balls to hit somebody and have them throw. You don't need balls for a trainer to swing his mitts at you and make you duck them. You don't need balls to that. You need balls to duck from somebody who's really trying to punch you. So that's why you got to practice building up your balls, and only sparring does that. I got dropped and I'm traumatized. I only went down once in my 30 years boxing, and I didn't know I went down. I got hit with a shot. If any of you ever been hit, if you get hit real solid, everything goes black for like a split second, like you see like stars. So I just thought I got hit with a good shot, and then the coach jumped in and was like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? You just called me with one good shot." It's like, "No, no, you fell to one knee for a second and got right up." And I'm like, "I didn't know." I was 15 when that happened, and I saw the punch coming. That's why it dropped me. I leaned away from it and I saw it coming, but he looped it just enough where it caught me, and that's why I went down because I was like, I saw it coming and I knew I was moving out of the way. I knew it wasn't going to hit me. I bet you if I knew that, when I just tightened up and I knew it was going to land, I wouldn't have gone down. When you were in your boxing prime, was your mind, but yes, for the most part, yes, yes. Yeah, you have to be focused. That's all, I'm not all like, I'm chasing after the girls, chilling with girls and going out with my boys and stuff, having fun. But yeah, boxing was the primary focus. Yep. Yeah, actually, I'm a subscriber to TBV and now I'm here. Dope. Thanks, Louie. Louie. Well, that's why Jersey. You're like Ness because you're from Jersey. Dirty Jersey. You're Italian, I assume. Are you an older dude? Younger dude? Talk to me, Louis. Louis Carbano sounds like a 50s, 60s Italian dude. Or you could be the second and be the son of a 50s, 60s Italian dude. Not 1950s, but 50 or 60 years old. Last time I did a light spar, I got knocked out in front of the whole gym. Well, that's not a light spar if you got knocked out, Mamoon. So they need to be careful who they're putting you in there with. Hence what I said before, it can ruin somebody. So when was the last time you really spoke to Kevin? Oh my God, long time ago. 20 years probably. I talk to his son every now and then, and we said hello through his son. Like I said hello, he said, "Oh, my dad said hello back." But me talking to him, like face to face or on the phone, about 20 years probably, if not longer. How many times a week should you train? Every day. Every day. Um, some days go light, some days go heavier. If you're trying to fight, it's okay to take weekends off. Like Kevin, we used to just take Sundays off, day of rest kind of thing. But every day is okay if you go light. I was in there with a 17-year-old. Yeah, well, it's not about how old they are. It's about that they're going hard on you. Who was your favorite fight, Roy Jones? Who was your favorite fight, Roy Jones fought? You're probably trying to say fought in boxing. I think. Is that what you're trying to say? My favorite Roy fight? Is that what you're asking me, Seth? My favorite Roy fight? All of them. Wade de Divini Pazienza that was a dope fight. Um, who would you say is the best trainer of all time? That's tough. I can't. Manuel Stewart, maybe. Georgie Benton, Angelo Dundee. Um, I don't know. I don't know. the best fighter, the best trainer who was ever an actual boxer himself is, I think, my man Buddy McGirt. Strong Island. The kid I sparred weighs 175. I weigh 145. Well, yeah. So you sparred somebody older and heavier, and that wasn't going easy on you. And did he have more experience? Roger Mayweather. Ooh, yeah, Mayweather. Mayweather. I don't know about hands down because who did Roger Mayweather train besides Floyd? That, you know what I'm saying? You can't just take one fighter. This person has to have a record, has to have a solid background, a resume of multiple fighters that he took to the top. Do you think there will be a new great anytime soon? We could be looking at one now. I mean, Canelo could have been one, technically. Tank might be one. Yeah, so Mamoon, my advice to you is do not spar people who are not going to work with you. Even if they're way more experienced, if they're going to work with you, that's good. Even if they're less experienced, if they're going to work with you, that's good. Now, eventually, you got to put on your big boy pants and actually go all out with somebody. But in the beginning, you want to learn. You know what I mean? Charlie Goldman. That's what about Charlie Goldman? Is that a trainer? Why are you just randomly saying Charlie Goldman? You got Tourette's SM? Charlie Goldman, cheese fries. Do big hands give you more concussive power? I think so. If you think about it, because your weight's distributed more in the hand, and the hand's what hits you. So you don't have to turn as much leverage. The weights. Yeah, I think it would. I think it would. It's a great question. I don't know for sure, but like common sense would deduce that yeah, it does. I think if he lived, he would be. I think if he lived, he would have Gervonta and Devin in a stable. You're talking about Mayweather? Yeah, maybe. Do you miss Showtime? Yeah, man. Showtime, HBO. Is it good to spar without headgear? I don't usually use headgear when I spar. Um, that's a tough one. It is good if you're working because pro fights, if you want to be a pro, no headgear. A lot of amateur fights now, right? I think amateur fights don't use headgear. So I think it is good. And smaller gloves. People don't believe this, but and I've gone over this. Heavier gloves, right? Simple physics, more mass, more weight. Of course, it's more concussive power. It does more damage. Spar with 14s if you're an amateur, because that's what the 14s are. Spar with 10s if you're a pro. Yeah, I think you should. Headgear isn't that big of a deal. I think using smaller gloves is better. Headgear just prevents you from getting cuts. If it messes your peripheral, but it also absorbs some of the blow. But the bigger gloves are no good. But I'm one of the few people that think this, by the way. It's a bit of a controversial topic. He was Marciano's trainer, and I don't have Tourette's. Okay, well, you should say his name and then say that was Marciano's trainer, because all I heard was somebody's name. I was jabbing someone. I have very big hands for my weight, and I noticed his head snapped back a lot. I felt it was yeah, that's very possible. Yeah. Some of the hardest punches in history had massive meat hooks because it was late sparring. Not gonna lie, I'd be sneaking in my 8-ounce gloves. It's okay. You should use 14s though, because if you want to be amateur first, start with 14s. Who's the champ? Who's the champ? Was it Stop? What? I don't know what the hell that means. That's Tourette's right there. Headgear just messes up my vision. Yeah, but you have to use headgear a little bit. Not all the time, but you got to use headgear for sure. Okay, we're gonna get into this championship in a second. Real quick, we're not getting in a second, but stop motion, trash game, and I don't know if Gas is still in here, but you guys in here? You guys ready for this championship? Stop has to defend his title, and I haven't seen Stop comment at all in a while. Trivia challenge. You gonna enter it, SM? Guys, do me a favor, please hit the like button if you haven't. And again, any super chats get wrenched up if you're not already wrenched up. But whatever, super chats are nice, but all I care mostly about is the like button. Okay, he's here. You waiting. You're like a cold, calculated hitman, just waiting to jump in and take this title or defend this title. The only time I use headgear is when poke. Yeah, you should use headgear a little bit. If I lose, I'm gonna be really Louis, your trivias are challenging. Thanks, man. I'm a journeyman on the trivia, but I'm due for an upset. Yeah, Trill. Where you from again, Trill? Keep forgetting. I'm the three-time and current lineal champ. You are. And Gas, I don't think is here. So I'm not saying he would beat you, but it gives you a better chance of taking this mother effer out. Not him, mother effer meaning the challenge itself. Those people who know me too, I never say things like mother effer, like I'll just curse, but I hear that it messes up the algorithm when you curse, so I'm sounding like I'm a Mormon. Not gonna lie, I'm the cab driver. Yep, yep. And I know you've Googled some things, Mamoon. Don't lie. A couple things you answered this before we got like the flow of the trivia down. Like, there's no way you would know that. Don't lie. I know you did. At least one or two of them. New Mexico, right, right, right. I beat Gas yesterday. You did. The Tank Davis fight. Frank Martin. What's the fires at? Seth, what do you use to text? You drive me crazy. Turn your autocorrect off or stop using your voice chat or hire a fly honey to like type for you to be a stenographer. Have you just voice dictate. Drive me nuts. What are these accusations? Maybe I'm wrong. Seem that way though. I'm from the same town as Johnny Tapia. I met Johnny Tapia once. I actually knew dude. Yeah, I met him too. Yeah, he had some problems, man, drug problems. But yeah, I met him too. I met him in my gym. I remember this was years after he had already not I think he was still fighting, I think, maybe near the very end. This must have been 2004 or 5, something like that, where I met him. Tank beats Devin easily. That's very random. Now you might have Tourette's. Stop. Where'd that come from? I can't even think anymore because of boxing. What's that mean? Took him too many punches? If that's true, you better stop taking those punches because one thing I learned, let me tell you guys something real quick before we start this trivia. One thing I learned, right? One thing I learned. Pause. That's unless you're a female. Vaughn, you're not a female, right? You're a male. One thing I learned doing this, right? Obviously, I grew up boxing. I've been around boxing. And I always regretted, I had a lot of regrets not going further in my boxing career, really put my foot on the gas and making a run for a championship as a pro and not being more consistent. But when I started doing this, right, because up to this point, I had friends I grew up with, fighters, former champions, people I talk to now and then. But when I started talking to a whole bunch of people all at once and doing this, doing boxing content interviews, I learned two very, very important things and sad. Almost, not every, but a large percentage of former top-rated fighters and world champions end up either broke or with some kind of neurological damage, um, or all three, or all two, excuse me. No health care, no. So you see how boxing is only 20 years or so of anybody's life, maybe 30 tops if you start young. But by the time you're in your 30s or 40s, it's done. And then you got more than half your life to go. And I'm happy now that I didn't put myself at possible risk to end up uh, getting neurological damage or putting in so much heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into something that didn't even take care of me financially. And fight fans, people forget you. So you don't even get the adulation, unless you're like one of those mega guys that come around like Ali, Tyson, or De La Hoya, where people recognize you walking down the street. You're just like a fart in the wind. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm from the same. All right, we did all this. Can't even think anymore. Let's get it on. 32 likes. Nice. All right. If you guys think we should get this trivia popping, let me see the number 1 in the super chat or in the chat. Terrell Biggs. Oh yeah. I actually want to interview him, but um you know, injury. I just popped my eardrum, thank God. And I had biceps tendonitis. One. All right. All right, we're ready to go. All right, here we go. Here we go, mother truckers. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right. Here we go. First one. Here we go. I'm asking the state and or I'll acceptable is the state or the actual city or town. But the question is, where did former unified welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. Where was he born? Where was former unified champion Errol Spence? Where was he born? Go. State or city or area. I'll take anything that's close enough. Where was Errol Spence Jr. born? Okay. Mamoon, got it. Uh, it's New York, Long Island. No, unfortunately, stop. You said New York City. Long Island is not a part of New York City, so you were wrong. Mamoon was right. It is New York. It is Long Island. Okay, so we got Mamoon 1. The rest of y'all, goose egg. All right. All right. All right. And he was raised in Dallas, Texas, but he was born in New York City. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Who is the No, I'm gonna switch this up. All right, I'm gonna switch it up. That one's a little more. Okay, here we go. How many times officially? How many times officially has Floyd Mayweather Jr. been knocked down? How many times has Floyd Mayweather been knocked down officially? Remember, 0 could be an answer. Just how many? Give me a number. Go. Officially, meaning in the books. How many times has Floyd Mayweather been knocked down officially in the books? Boom. It is 1. And who's the first person to get 1? It is Vaughn. Okay. Okay. Vaughn 1. All right. All right. He was knocked down by Carlos Hernandez. And the reason why he got knocked down, he actually hurt his hand and he was in such excruciating pain, he had to take a knee. So it wasn't even from a punch. He hurt his own hand and he took a knee, and that was an official knockdown. Zab Judah knocked him down, is the only person to really knock him down, but the ref didn't call it. Zab hit him with a check hook, knocked him off balance, and his glove touched the floor. All right. All right. All right, here we go. Ready for the next one? All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? We're doing the trivia right now. Okay, you guys know that. Yeah, I've seen Val Simmons. Give me a second, Chael. We're doing the trivia right now. You can join. It's for the championship right now. Yeah, remember that, Zab. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. During what decade, like 50s, 70s, whatever, 2000s, whatever, 2010s, during what decade was the Ring magazine, the Ring belt, the Ring lineal belt, during what decade was that first started? When did the Ring belt, what decade did it first start, become a thing? Go. The lineal championship by the Ring. What year? What decade? Whoever gets it first, you got 10 seconds. Boom. Stop motion got that one. Quick, too. Good job. Stop. All right. You're on the board finally. You're the defending champion. Stops the defending champion. Finally got on the board. Mamoon, you definitely, see, This is why the accusation. There's no way you just knew 1922. There's no way. Definitely just look that up. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that, Mamoon. Not cool. All right. This dude. He's the only one who had an exact. Well, Louis also said 1910, but okay. Here we go. Here we go. Who is the last ever undisputed middleweight champion of the world? Last ever undisputed middleweight champion of the world. Go. Last ever undisputed middleweight champ of the world. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Last ever undisputed middleweight champion of the world. Boom. Stop motion. Got it. It is Meldrick Taylor. Canelo was the last ever super middleweight undisputed champion. Undisputed super middleweight is Gervonta Taylor. Stop motion has 2. Mamoon has 1. Vaughn has 1. And that was 2005, by the way, was the last time. And that was only 3 belts at that point. Now you got the 4 belts, so it'll be even harder. Gervonta Taylor. Gervonta Taylor. All right. Stop. You need 1 more to retain your belt. Stop motion MMA. By the way, I don't like that one of the best trivia guys, one of my most knowledgeable followers has MMA in his name, because I don't like MMA. And it's deceiving. It makes people think you're some MMA dude who doesn't know boxing, but you do. Why don't you change it to stop motion boxing, or do stop motion boxing and MMA plus MMA? Throw boxing in that name, man. You can go change it. It allows you. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Who is the longest reigning in history, longest reigning heavyweight champion in history? Who's the longest reigning heavyweight champ ever in history? Go. Longest reigning heavyweight champion ever. Ooh, Vaughn got it with the quick fast. And Vaughn's the only one who got it so far. Yep, Vaughn got it. Stop didn't even answer yet. Too late, Stop. Vaughn got it. All right, guess what? 2 up. 2 up. This is crazy. So now we're going to the championship rounds, and the fight is even. Okay. So now the question is, do I hit y'all with a hard question or something that would be easily to know, would be known? All right. All right. All right. Let's see here. How do we do this? All right, here we go. You want me to go hard? All right. Pause. All right, here we go. Here we go. Kind of on the vein of what I just said. Who is the last ever in history undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? Who was the last ever undisputed heavyweight champion in the world? Go. Last ever undisputed heavyweight champion. Who is it? Who was it? This is for all the marbles. Let's see what comes in. Boom. Vaughn comes in and takes this title. Vaughn just took the title. Stop. We got an upset. We got an upset. Vaughn took the championship. I still don't know if Vaughn's a man or a woman. I think it's a man, because I know a girl named Vaughn. Her name's like Siobhan. She goes by Vaughn. But Vaughn, you're a man, right? And if you are, tell me if you're a man, 1. And 2, because if you're a woman, that'd be dope. First woman champion. Where are you from? Where are you from, Vaughn? Wow, Vaughn's not cheating. Vaughn's doing some ass whooping is what's happening. Vaughn took this championship. Upsets the 3-time champion. Vaughn, you're a man, and where are you from? If you're a male, and where are you from? Chael, you're right, but mad late. Nah, I'm a DQ, same thing. I would have won twice. Yeah, Vaughn was typing mad fast. Vaughn got that. Vaughn got 2 of them in quick. I'm still waiting, Vaughn. Where are you from? And are you a female or a male? Just I want to make sure. Because it makes a difference if you're the first ever female, but I think you're a male. Wow, we got Vaughn coming in with the upset. So now Stop needs to go back and train hard. And you guys got to negotiate the contract and see if there'll even be a rematch. Because what if Vaughn doesn't want to give you a shot at the title? Man, Illinois. Okay. I think you told me that, actually. He did it before the question. No, he didn't. He just guessed. He goes, Lewis. Let's hope that sticks. All right. G, Yo Marco, do you think... Wait, hold on. Yo Marco, do you think you could beat Floyd in a bare-knuckle brawl? Do I think I could beat Floyd? Probably, because I'm way bigger. And it's bare-knuckle. Probably. And we're the same age. Yeah, probably. Because I'm bigger and stronger. But that's a weird... Why would I want to... I'd rather just talk to him and get some boxing knowledge. Marco, the best promoter. Thank you. On that snack. You fucking did. VADA testing. You guys are funny. My promoter Marco robbed me. You guys are welling out. Clarence, you just missed the trivia championships. You missed it. We had an upset. Vaughn came in and beat our defending 3-time champion Stop Motion in a split decision victory. Just came in. Chael, what's up, guys? Please hit the like button. I'm going to kill myself if you don't do MMA. Chael, I do not like or follow MMA, so I don't know anything about it, and not really my sport, so that's not going to happen here, unfortunately. I'm really the best journeyman. Hit that like button. Yeah, Black Rob, what up? Damn, yeah, you missed it, my man. I do this around 10 every night. Bro, I was drinking Modelo and doing some cocaine before this fight. You don't good coke? I don't know what that means. I know good coke. I roll in here drunk every night, so... No, you don't. Do you? Because you won. The last question should always be the hardest. Okay, maybe. You're my favorite boxing YouTube. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you wholeheartedly. Well, fellas, that was dope. I'll see you here tomorrow, where hopefully Vaughn will return and defend his title, drunk or sober, whatever he wants to do. Again, guys, please hit the like button. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, the last question was BS. Yeah, well, you want me to go harder? Tomorrow, I'll go harder. We'll see. All right, guys. Thanks again. Good talking to you. All right, hold on. Let me just answer this real quick. Chael keeps asking something. Yo, Marco, do you think you could have been a world champion? I could have been. Yeah, thank you. I could have been. I had the skill. Just my mental, I wasn't always as dedicated as I needed to be. But I had the skill for it for sure. And I had the mental. When my mental was on point, some people have the mental, but their mental isn't revved up enough. Mine would be revved up enough when I was focused and my skill was always good enough. So yes, I could have. I definitely believe that. And people who sparred me and fought me, a lot of them said the same thing. But anyway, enough of me tooting my own horn. It's only because you asked. Thank you again, guys. And let's do this tomorrow again. All right. Big shout again to the new champion of trivia, Vaughn. Peace.